Welcome everyone to the first outing of 2025. I hope you've all had a fantastic new year. Now I was hoping this video was going to be a snowy adventure, but as no snow fell in my local area and my van is in need of repair again, I'm relying on this vain hope of fog on the only day that I can get out that's forecast until lunchtime at a new woodland I want to scout out. But before we get into today's outing, we need to select the winners of my print box set giveaway. So, with the help of wheelofnames.com's random generator, let's find out who the lucky winners are. And first to be selected is Colin Ballard 1219, and he selected image number 55, the boat wreck at Plockton in Scotland. Congratulations, Colin. And our second winner is Stephen Brooks-E9M, who selected image number 13, the sunrise at Cannock Chase over the Lone Tree. And finally, our third winner is Gary Spencer 9645, who selected image number 40 of the crane at Gloucester Docks that's local to me. So my congratulations to Colin, Stephen and Gary, and I will reply to your comments again so that you're notified if you haven't seen this video. With that, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone that entered, and let's get into today's video.
Well, good morning everyone. I hope you've had a really good new year and welcome to 2025. Well, today I was promised some fog. It's a little bit over there, off in the distance, but it's nowhere near as thick as it was going to be. Well, not a great start to the new year, I'll be honest. So, over the Christmas period, we've had a plethora of snow. Yesterday was a massive hoarfrost. Today, the first day that I can get out. It's all gone. All gone. But I've come to scout out a new woodland today. This one's about 25 minutes from my house. I'm hoping it's got some good potential. Now, I've selected this wood. Very cold. Gloves time. I've selected this wood because I've seen a couple of pictures online and there seems to be a small lake somewhere around here, but I think that's quite a bit further back. There is another car park that I passed on the way. I think that's where you park for that. But I've seen patches of bluebells and we can scout this out for when bluebell season comes upon us. Don't hold much hope out for today though.
Well, I can tell you this much. The story of today is definitely one of adapt or fail.
Well, that leads us to the burning question. What are we going to do today? It's a good question. Well, there's very, very faint areas. They've still got some frost on them. So I'm thinking if I can find a couple of patches, get down into the lower areas where there might be, I don't know, still cold spells, I might be able to find some detailed shots. Other than that, it's going to be scout and play it by ear. So let's see if we can make something pretty out of the white stuff. It's limited as it is. Well, I suppose it's power for the cause, isn't it? It's easy to get the good shots when you're in fantastic locations. If you go constantly trekking through the mountains, up over the hills, down through the valleys, into the wonderful hotspots, then the shots reveal themselves to you. They're already there. The difficulty is when you're somewhere and you've got to be creative. If I can't do something in this woodland, there's something wrong with me. There's definitely something wrong with me. Well, this may be a stroke of good luck. Just bumped into a couple that were walking down the path there, and they informed me that around the lake is all frozen still, frozen solid. Apparently the path there is quite treacherous. So, that could offer up some opportunities. Let's get down there. Well, as I've been walking, I have been looking out for potential opportunities for bluebells, and possibly this area does open up a bit. Nice big oaks, but there is what I believe, you see that? I think this is daffodils. Now this is part of the Daffodil Way, or this area is quite a long run. So there's potential here for daffodils in the woods. That would be nice, something different. We all get bluebells, don't we? Don't see many daffodils though. Yeah. Gotta find this lake though. I've hit another Y junction. Which way am I going? I'm just gonna go down that one. That looks like it's the steepest, so that'll be the most treacherous and will probably lead down to the bottom of somewhere, which is where you would naturally find a lake. Well, this is decidedly uninspiring. Bit of a letdown, this one. Certainly this time of the year. There's a bit of mist hanging around, but nothing spectacular, and there's nothing really to photograph to go with it. But there is some frost on the floor. That's pretty much all I've got. So let's see, with an f4 to 6.3, 24 to 200 mil, if I can get something close up of the frost. If I can find something that's worth photographing, that is. I like the idea of seeing all those little bits of ice. That's pretty much all I can think of at the moment. You know, almost like, you know, individual snowflakes on something. Challenge, here we go. All right, let's have a look around. Well, that's no good. I just spent about 10 minutes wandering around trying to find at least one leaf I could get on the right plane with the right amount of frost stuck all over it that I thought had a nice little shape. Zoomed right in, 200 mil. Went back to the camera bag, tried to find the composition again. It's melted. Could be a day with no photos, this. Be my first one ever. Yeah, I can't let that happen, can I? Got to do something. Right, okay. Let's go wandering back into the woods. It's times like this that you start to get a little bit desperate, a little bit dejected, but I'm not going to give up. I am not going to give up. I'm going to come away with one thing at least. It's going to be a detail shot, I've no doubt. I can't see anything being separated in the woodland at all. It's messy and, well, it's all dead, isn't it? Well, it's not dead, there's just no foliage, no blanket covering. So, we just keep hunting. Well, I've come off the beaten track a bit. See if I can find something on the floor or something. It's a little bit of a clearer area here, so there's quite a few pine cones on the floor. I was hoping to find like some mushrooms or some fungi on the tree. All the frost is definitely gone, so there's no chance of that. It's warmed up now, and yeah, we don't have any thick mist, not separation anywhere. Right, don't know, just scout around this bit and see what I can find, I suppose. Details in the woods. Come on, Steve, perk yourself up, perk yourself up. See it down there? Probably losing my marbles. It reminds me of a...
Whoa, I'm going to have to interject here and let you know this was the lowest part of my day. It changes, trust me.
puckered bumhole. Well, we're definitely delving into the world of abstract. There's quite a lot of converging textures and lines in this, so yeah, I figured I'd give it a go. Then you've got this little mess of needles in the middle. I suppose I could pick up a pine cone and stick it in the middle. That would make it look better. But I don't know. My head is going, right, black and white, textures, lines leading into the middle, abstract. I think I'm going crazy. Either that or it's pure genius. One or the other. It's definitely not the genius. Right, total change of tack. That is clearly not working for me. I'm not spotting anything I like, anything I want to shoot. I'm just going to walk around, do black and white, handheld, and I'm going to focus on just the gnarly characters in the forest. I'm going to embrace this dismal, grimy horror. Right, there we go. That's the way forward. Let's see how that pans out. Straight away I can compose something. Two lovely ladies there, walking away in the distance down the path. Yeah, it's better than I've done so far. Now, I'm not saying this is amazing photography, but it's definitely better than what I was trying to shoot earlier. Being able to just concentrate on the contrast within the scene, it kind of feels a little bit like street photography in a way. When I watch them going out doing their black and white, it kind of feels like that. Oh, that's icy. Yeah, vlogging and walking on ice doesn't work very well. Well, I suddenly feel like a world of opportunity has been opened up for me, and my mindset's completely different to when I'm normally walking around with my tripod. For example, this one here, it caught my eye. It's not a fantastic shot, but that nice big sweeping arc on that one branch. Can you see that? And then you've got silver birch in the background there, but you've also got this nice straight pine with these roots that are in the path. And it's all about the texture within the shot. It's all about the shapes. Fantastic. It's gone from a day where I just figured I'm gonna come away with nothing to opening up my eyes to a world that I don't normally venture into. It's very rare you see me go handheld. It's very rare you'll see me lock into manual. Manual? Not manual, I'm always in manual. But very rare you'll see me lock into black and white. Quite enjoying this now. I've gone from, oh no, it's gonna be a failure of a day, to, I'm broadening my horizons here. I'm so chuffed I did that. I don't know why I didn't think of it before. Okay, so I'm definitely seeing things that I wouldn't normally see. This big pile of branches that are stacked up against the tree, they're kind of really spooky in black and white. I keep saying the word spooky, but that's the word that comes to mind. It's very Halloween-y, it's barren, it's spooky. But you've got this nice dominant dark tree, and then you've got all of these spindles of light contrast that are sticking out everywhere like, I don't know, 500 witches' fingers trying to grab that tree. There is another dark one there on the right hand side. I don't know if I'll keep that in or not, but I would not have photographed this on a normal day, but today floats my boat. Really has opened my eyes up, just flipping it into black and white, going and handheld and just having a wander, and it's so much quicker. Well, I'm not the greatest exponent of this style of photography, but it has opened my eyes a bit today. Thankfully, I was getting concerned, I'll be honest. Suddenly I'm seeing things that could possibly work as compositions, or at least are better than the nothing I've got. But if you want to see somebody who is really good at this style of photography, then I'd heartily recommend checking out James R. Burns, I think the name is. It's certainly James Burns. I think it's James R. This is his style in terms of run and gun, black and white, using contrast, shapes and textures. Yeah, he's very good at this sort of thing. Also does a lot of hiking up in the Lake District, if you're into that as well. So yeah, check him out. I'll put a link down below. Now, whether that works or not, kind of irrelevant. I've photographed what caught my eye, and I've tried to compose it in the best way I possibly can. And that's all you can do when you're struggling. So, time to see if I can find my way back to the car. I'm miles away from it. I'm bound to spot something on the way, surely. So I'm trying to think a little bit outside of the box now. And I've got this little tree with a little path. You've got these lovely brown leaves all over it, these dead leaves. But in fairness, not doing too bad a job with this. I can't get in as close as I really want to. I'd like to get in with a 1:1 camera, a little macro lens on it, to be honest, and get a lot closer and wider. But to do what I want to do, I've got to zoom in as opposed to get closer to the subject. So that really narrows my depth of field. And I'm trying to do it handheld. Well, I don't feel like I've got the full potential that I was after, but that's human nature, being greedy. I've turned a day that was a complete disaster into something that at least is akin to photography. So that just leaves me to say congratulations to everybody that won the box sets of prints. And I'm going to leave you guys with something, again, a little more abstract and a little bit spooky. See you guys in the next one.